This is really interesting, and I wanted to make a video titled this because it just kind of encapsulates everything that I want to talk about in this video. The highs and lows of JT Miller. Because initially, I wanted to make a video talking about the Rangers and their various struggles over the past few games, how they've been coughing up leads and choking away games and having these terrible goals scored shorthanded on them near the end of power plays that they're having, and the one guy who has been on the ice for a good chunk of these goals who ended up taking some accountability a few days ago. Of course, we are referring to Rangers forward JT Miller, and it was a really interesting conversation to open up about him and his play and the defensive deficiencies and what exactly it is Canucks fans were used to seeing out of JT when he was playing some of the bad hockey that he's capable of playing. But I felt that just making a video focusing on the negative of JT at this stage would have been more disingenuous than some of the other videos that we've made that have also kind of been disingenuous. Now, I know it's all clickbait here on YouTube on my channel, but this video, I feel like in order to get the full point across with this video, we have to talk about the good as well. Because when it comes to JT and the way he has been performing with the New York Rangers, I'll sum up everything that's been happening over the past few weeks with one sentence. JT Miller is pretty much doing everything he has done in Vancouver in New York, but with more extreme highs and potentially more extreme lows too. You can also debate that he's not fighting with one of his teammates like he had done with Elias Pettersson in the Vancouver system. The reason I say Miller's highs and lows have come like this is because if you take a look at the point production, hey, guess what? JT is outproducing his Vancouver Canucks point production in the 24-game New York Rangers stint that he has had. 25 points, 10 goals, 15 assists. He is now on pace for 67 points in 72 games. And he would be on pace for even more points if you just mathematically look at his New York Rangers stint and isolate that from the 35 points he had in 40 Vancouver Canucks games to open up the year. JT also has himself 2, 4, 6, 7 points in his last 4 games. 2 points against the Vancouver Canucks, a goal and an assist, a goal against the LA Kings in a 3-1 loss, 2 points, a goal and an assist against the Anaheim Ducks, and 2 assists versus the San Jose Sharks yesterday. Now, here's the thing. You know how I said that Miller has been also on the low side of things as well? Well, I think that Anaheim Ducks game definitely was one that is indicative of that quality. Let's head back over onto Friday, March 28th, and revisit Anaheim versus New York. You see, the first goal scored by the Anaheim Ducks was scored by Alex Killorn short-handed, and the way the short-handed goal comes about is because the Rangers' second power play unit, which features number 8 JT Miller, ends up bobbling the puck in the Anaheim zone. The puck goes off of Vinny Trocheck, and it's Leo Carlsson who eventually steals it. He finds Killorn in on a breakaway, and he scores, makes it 1-1. Shorthanded goal for Killorn, there you go. Give it a few more minutes and give it a few more periods, and the Rangers inevitably find themselves up 4-2 in the third period. Well, Cutter Gauthier made it 4-3 with 6 minutes to go, and then you had Olen Zellweger making it 4-4 with 2 minutes to go in the third period. And this Olen Zellweger goal came right off the heels of another New York power play. And in this power play opportunity, once again, it's JT Miller's unit. Miller ends up pinching into the corner to try to get the puck past Alex Killorn, and he is unable to get it through. Killorn steals it, and eventually it's chipped off the boards and up, and eventually the Anaheim Ducks come back in with a pretty good rush chance. The Ducks ended up scoring 2 goals essentially shorthanded. This tying goal wasn't necessarily shorthanded. The penalty had expired right before the rush chance began. But JT Miller and his power play unit were on the ice for both of these power play chances against. And inevitably, the Ducks did win in overtime. Mason McTavish won the game in the extra frame. And JT Miller went out there and said this in the postgame. He was asked if the power play is giving momentum away. I'm not going to speak on behalf of the other unit, but our unit, basically gave them the game a little bit tonight. They scored basically twice against us on our power play unit. So that stings. It's on us. Statboy Steven says, I'm sick and tired of players saying the right thing instead of doing the right thing. Then you also had this post made by Johnny Lazarus. I'm seeing a lot of people post the clip of the game-tying goal last night, the one where JT pinches along the boards and it gets chipped by him and the Ducks end up tying it. I know Rangers fans are always looking for players to hold themselves accountable or be held accountable. JT Miller just did that last night. And you have a bunch of replies, some defending JT, saying it wasn't that bad. You have this reply from David Ziegler saying it's on us when he made a mind-boggling decision to pinch in a situation where it was undeniably a poor decision isn't exactly taking accountability here. But the difference is, JT can go out there and make these defensive mistakes. He can do these pinches and be a part of these odd man rushes against that result in shorthanded goals and otherwise. He can do all this, but still walk out of that Anaheim Ducks game with a goal and an assist, and then score 2 assists the next night against San Jose. JT is going through the highs and lows that we have seen in Vancouver, but just kind of in a bigger capacity with New York. He's scoring points, yes. He is getting himself time. He got promoted back up to the first power play. There was an up and down thing. He was demoted to the second unit, and Chris Kreider was on the first unit, and then in the other game, Chris Kreider was taken off the first unit, and JT was put back on. It was kind of all over the place here with the New York Rangers. But at his best, JT is putting the puck in the back of the net. He is finding ways to force goals through sheer power of will by putting himself in the right areas to get one-timers and making really nice passes over to his guys to move the puck around. At his worst, JT Miller is lacking on the back check. He is getting beat in corners and causing rushes to go the opposite way. JT is making bad decisions that he answers to in the media afterwards. Decisions that fans would go out there and say, hey, the guy went out there and made a bad pinch, the guy made a bad read, the guy did this, the guy did that. JT's doing pretty much the same thing in New York as he is doing in Vancouver. And now there's the entire philosophical question as to whether or not it was appropriate for the Rangers to shell away these assets like the first, like Filip Chytil, in order to commit to building around a 32-year-old center at the quote-unquote start of a rebuild. Is it even a rebuild? I don't know. The highs and lows of JT Miller are never going to be unmatched here, and for me, I'm making this YouTube video earlier on in the morning because the Vancouver Canucks, the primary audience target of this video, I'm not gonna lie, this is a Vancouver Canucks focused commentary, not for the Rangers, folks. I know y'all are going to be watching this video, but it's kind of the pathway here because most of my fan base is Vancouver-based, and I want to talk about JT. But the Canucks do have a game at 12 p.m. PST, so I got to get this video out early just so it has a lifespan. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, though. If you are a New York Rangers fan, how do you feel about the way JT Miller has been playing this year? You know what's great? I just thought about it. High and low. I want to get a thumbnail out there inspired by the Akira Kurosawa film. That's a great idea. Oh boy. I like it. Okay. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section about JT Miller. I gotta go and start making that thumbnail, baby. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.